G'day everyone, my name's Cautious Pancake, and today I want to try something a little different and get into the holiday spirit with this novelty Christmas tree themed horde base. Built with a candy cane fence and presents underneath, one of which is a special gift just for the zombies, and styled as a tree, this base isn't meant to be the most effective ever, but was a challenge to see if I could create a base in this shape that is also effective enough to tackle a full 64 zombie horde on insane difficulty. So hopefully it is. Let's jump into a walkthrough though and see how it's intended to function. The zombies will first make their way through and up the presents, which form a little bit of a staircase to the beginning of the tree. They can come up this way first, or alternatively they can duck under here, up onto this wall here, and up this present onto the inside. Gives a couple of options, which gives us a little bit of redundancy should we have anybody blow up. From there, they'll make their way, crawling sometimes through up under the tree, and around, and each side is offset to the 180 degrees over the other side, just to force the path to be a little bit longer and gives time to spread out the zombies so we don't get rushed all at once. This path is a little bit smaller just to allow a bit of space for zombies that are falling from above, which we'll get to in a sec. Otherwise the zombies will come around here again and keep coming up. At this level we've got some electric fences, as you can see, to try and give a bit of a stun to any zombies that fall down from our fighting position, which is just up here. As you can see, this is just a push dropper where the zombies will stand on this very thin pole and fight against the blocks, and we can knock them off very easily. For us to get up, we just need to jump across there and we can fight from this side. The motion sensors, as you can see, are there just to control the outdoor lights on the side of the tree, which are just a little bit of decoration. Now for those zombies that do drop down, we can head back down and see where they'll end up. They end up in this blue present over here. This present has been hollowed out and a whole bunch of trigger plates put in, which control the blade traps, which are obviously off at the moment so that I don't get killed. And we've got dart traps at either end to basically take care of anybody that falls down into this present. This is all turned on just from the generator bank over here, and any zombies that come out can make their way around either this way or the other side, back up to the presents, and repeat the loop all over again. So without further ado, let's jump into Horde Night and see how it goes. Okay, here we are with about 10 minutes to go until Horde Night. Main weapon we're going to be using tonight is the SMG. We've got 1200 normal rounds and 1200 high power rounds. Don't really want any AP because there's not going to be a whole bunch of stacking zombies or anything like that. If we spin around, we can see the electric fences down there, which they should hopefully fall through and get a little bit of a stun on their way down into the present with all of the traps. We're going to have some fluids. Have some recog, a couple of shots of that just to try and get us through most of the Horde Night. And now it's time to see the zombies come in. Can do a little bit of sniping from here. If we had a sniper rifle, that'd be a little bit better. I don't think the range on the SMG is particularly good for long range sniping, but we can get a few headshots, why wouldn't we? You can see already bunch of the zombies are getting stuck on the candy cane fence. That's kind of by design. We want them to not all just come rushing at us all at once. So the fence around the edge does give it a little bit, again, of separation, as does the jumping staircase up the presents. Gives us a little bit of time to spread the zombies out and come around. You can start to see a few coming up. We've got a nice mix of zombies already, with some normal, some feral, and some rads. As you can see, we're on day 119. From memory, I'm on level 113, which is my usual sort of horde-based testing run, which has a nice set of effectively endgame zombies, which should include some cops and some demos later on in the night. As you can see, it's not too hectic. There's our first Arlene that made it all the way to the top and then immediately fell off. Got zapped and ended up down the bottom, or ended up on the wall of the present, so didn't quite get into the traps completely. You could obviously, with so few zombies coming through, you could do some melee if you wanted to, but it will take a little while, and the rads will be fully healed by the time they get back up to the top, so we probably don't want that. We'll try and kill them up here where we can. And here's some of the blade traps going off down below, as well as the dart traps and the electric fences. They're all doing their bit. Interesting to see whether or not the dart traps manage to make it throughout the Horde Night, and whether the dart traps run out of ammo. Should be okay, I hope, with not all of the zombies basically going through the trap. It's only there to get the ones that make it all the way up that we don't kill. So it should be good and shouldn't run out of everything before we get through the Horde Night. At least that's the theory. We'll see how it goes. You can see sometimes they fall down and land on that pole below. That's one of the reasons it's not a full-size block. Because too many zombies were sort of falling down onto that. So I made it a little bit thinner. I didn't go for the full tiny little thin one just because that looked a little bit odd for the full Christmas tree aesthetic. So they will sometimes land on that and just loop back up again, but that's okay. Those that do end up down in the trap seem to be getting taken care of fairly well, so that's good. I've only got a few points in advanced engineering, so we're not getting full XP for those kills, but we're getting a little bit. Getting into a crawler, which isn't ideal. Now in theory, crawlers should be okay. There's no staircases here, so we should also be able to get dogs all the way up here as well. So it is a dog or animal friendly base. Maybe friendly is not the right word. Animal supporting base. You can see that the other good area for using some of these Molotovs, I just heard a dog actually. The other good area for using Molotovs is, oh hello, here he is. There you go. Talk about how it supports them, and then one of them runs up just to prove the point, which is lovely. Whoa, you can hear the blade trap going absolutely nuts and somebody down there. So while they, didn't quite get that one right spot, while they all try and jump up those presents, it is a great spot to throw Molotovs down there, is what I was trying to say before. And for the rest of them, we can get a few shots off as they're coming up the ramps while we wait for them to reach the top. Well, that's how the base is designed to operate. So now it's time to sit back and relax with a Christmas tree themed Horde montage. Okay, back to some live fighting now. As you can see, the zombies are still mostly just queued up around the presents, having a little bit of trouble making their way in. I'm going to try and blow up a few of them with this demo here, set him off, and I think I got a few of them. That's not too bad. I'm not quite sure why most of the zombies aren't making their way up to us at the moment. They seem to be mostly looping around the bottom sections of the base, so I think we've got some pathing issues somewhere in here. And now that we're at a little bit of time, we might just have a poke around. And there, you can just see there that there is one of the rail end blocks that I use for the invisible stability has become visible, which would I imagine mean that either the block above or below it got destroyed by the zombies, and that's why they're all now suddenly blocked. That's one of the downsides to trying to use the sneaky invisible blocks, is when they become visible they can block your path. These wings that the Christmas tree formed out of are obviously fairly difficult to try and achieve good stability with, and in a couple of spots I did have to sneak in some extra blocks there for stability. And as a result, we've got this situation now where the zombies can't make it across, and they're thankfully getting knocked off and falling down into the trap section. So that means that they are getting taken out by the traps, and the base is still kind of working, just not fully as expected. Still means we get to fight from up here, throw lots of Molotovs down, and take out the zombies as they come up this way. Occasionally pipe bomb, and when the demos come through I have been using them a little bit to try and blow up a few extra zombies. There's not been as many cops as I expected, but that's okay. Anyway, let's see if we can hit the demo this time. There we go. Of course, now he's run off by himself and probably won't... Oh, blocks go flying. Probably won't do any damage to any of the other zombies. Just blew himself up. Still plenty of zombies dying though, given how many zombies are running in, so maybe you did get a few. Anyway, I seem to have missed the end of Horde Night. It's now 4 AM, there you go. So we have survived a 64 zombie insane difficulty horde. The question is, what do we do now? There's a bunch still standing around outside. They seem to be struggling with the distance, and the new Alpha 21 AI seem to be making them just a little bit more sleepy when they first spawn in. The traps are still doing a bunch of damage. The question is now, how do we want to finish off the horde? We might just see if we can pop down. I'll just actually grab a little bit more recoil, although now that I take that and look at my SMG that is almost broken, I don't think we're going to last very long here. We might have to do more melee than shooting. Anyway, let's have a bit of a crack. See how much damage we can do before before we probably get ourselves killed. Still plenty of rads, so that could be a problem. We've got a few pipe bombs left though. Let's get these in the mix. That second one wasn't very good. See if we can get the demo. If I can set him off. But all that headshot just got in the way. And now I'm out. And of course I didn't bring any repair kits, which is why I'm switching just back to pipe bombs and melee. Thankfully I'm not wearing very much armor, so I am quick compared to the zombies. They're just on sprint. Or at least they were on Horde Night. They're probably a little bit slower now. It's probably only jog now. Ow. But I'm also not wearing a lot of armor, so when they do hit me, it's going to hurt a little bit. Let's see if we can use the base again. Take them on one by one. We'll just get under that. And wait for... Oh, of course it's a demo. Excellent. See if that'll take care of him. No. Oh, ow, quick. Oh, there we go. Got the demo. And right here. And there's another demo coming. Oh. Hello, Bo. You're stuck in the fence. Oh! And smacked. Alright. After that untimely death, let's just run back in and see if we can see how the base held up. You might have seen a little bit while I was running around dodging zombies just before. But we'll turn off the traps. We lost a little bit of our Christmas bauble there, and we've used up most of the darts on the inside, not so much on the outside. Quite a few little loot bags down the bottom. And looks like that blade trap's broken. We've lost a couple of dart traps here where that demo went off. That looks like what most of that damage was, and that was me setting it off on purpose, so can't really complain about that. Looks like a little bit of damage on the inside pillar where the zombies were standing on the side of the blue present. A little bit of damage on the path where they've just taken random pot shots, but not too bad. The path itself seems pretty solid, even though you have to duck in a few spots. Looks like one block there that they didn't like, and one of the blocks here, obviously, that did get taken out that caused us the pathing problems. Just fly up since I can't jump that one easily. Bit of damage again on the central pillar there. And as we come back around, same here. They do get a little bit stuck there, but otherwise looks pretty good. All the way up to our fighting position. Stability wise, if we wanted to have a look at that, you can see that it's not the greatest for stability, and that's why some of those extra blocks were in place, the hidden ones, just to allow a little bit of extra support to be provided from the base. And there's some damage obviously there where one of those demos went off, possibly two. But otherwise, the base held up pretty well. For a novelty design, that's pretty good. So that's my Christmas challenge horde base for this year. If you enjoy this sort of thing, please leave the video a like, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one in the new year, please subscribe. I'll be using the next few weeks to plan out content for 2024 and work on some prototypes and new video ideas that I'd like to try. So if there's anything you've ever wanted to see, please leave it in a comment below so I can try and factor it in. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a safe and enjoyable holiday, whatever you have planned. Happy building, and I'll see you in the new year.